Storytime with Miss Sophie the title is The Story of Babar, the Little Elephant. This book is my book from when I was a little girl. I traveled a lot when I was little. We moved from country to country, and I spent a lot of time in Spain. But this book is, we picked it up in England. A lot of the children there, it's a very common book for children in England mostly. And I held on to this one. I've read it to my daughter. My mother is looking for copies for my nephew, but I'm not giving it up. This is my book. I hope you enjoy it. In the great forest, a little elephant is born. His name is Babar. His mother loves him very much. She rocks him to sleep with her trunk while singing softly to him. Babar has grown bigger. He now plays with the other little elephants. He is a very good little elephant. See him digging in the sand with his shell. Babar is riding happily on his mother's back when a wicked hunter, hidden behind some bushes, shoots at them. The hunter has killed Babar's mother. The monkey hides, the bird flies away. Babar cries. The hunter runs up to catch poor Babar. Babar runs away because he is afraid of the hunter. After several days, tired indeed, he comes to a town. He hardly knows what to make of it because this is the first time he has ever seen so many houses. So many things are new to him. The broad streets, the automobiles and buses. However, he is especially interested in two gentlemen he notices on the street. He says to himself, "Really, they are very well dressed. I would like to have some fine clothes too. I wonder how I can get them." Luckily, a very rich old lady who has always been fond of little elephants understands right away that he is longing for a fine suit. As she likes to make people happy, she gives him her purse. Babar says to her politely, "Thank you, madam." Without wasting any time, Babar goes to a big store. He enters the elevator. It is such fun to ride up and down in this funny box that he rides all the way up 10 times and all the way down 10 times. He did not want to stop, but the elevator boy finally said to him, "This is not a toy, Mr. Elephant. You must get out and do your shopping. Look, here is the floor walker." Babar then buys himself a shirt with a collar and tie, a suit of a becoming shade of green, and then a handsome derby hat, and also shoes with spats. Well satisfied with his purchases and feeling very elegant indeed, Babar now goes to the photographer to have his picture taken. And here is his photograph. Babar dines with his friend, the old lady. She thinks he looks very smart in his new clothes. After dinner, because he is tired, he goes to bed and falls asleep very quickly. Babar now lives with the old lady at the old lady's house. In the mornings, he does setting up exercises with her, and then he takes his bath. He goes out for an automobile ride every day. The old lady has given him the car. She gives him whatever he wants. A learned professor gives him lessons. Babar pays attention and does well in his work. He is a good pupil and makes rapid progress. In the evening, after dinner, he tells the old lady's friends all about his life in the great forest. However, Babar is not quite happy, for he misses playing in the great forest with his little cousins and his friends, the monkeys. He often stands at the window, thinking sadly of his childhood, and cries when he remembers his mother. 2 years have passed. One day, during his walk, he sees 2 little elephants coming toward him. They have no clothes on. "Why," he says in astonishment to the old lady, "it's Arthur and Celeste, my little cousins." Babar kisses them affectionately and hurries off with them to buy them some fine clothes. He takes them to the pastry shop to eat some good cakes. Meanwhile, in the forest, the elephants are calling and hunting high and low for Arthur and Celeste, and their mothers are very worried. Fortunately, in flying over the towns, an old marbo bird has seen them and takes them and comes quickly to tell the news. The mothers of Arthur and Celeste have come to the town to fetch them. They are very happy to have them back, but they scold them just the same because they ran away. Babar makes up his mind to go back with Arthur and Celeste and their mothers to see the great forest again. The old lady helps him pack his trunk. They are all ready to start. Babar kisses the old lady goodbye. He would be quite happy to go if it were not for leaving her. He promises to come back someday. He will never forget her. They have gone. There's no room in the car for the mothers, so they run behind and lift up their trunks to avoid breathing the dust. The old lady is left alone. Sadly, she wonders, "When shall I see my little Babar again?" Alas, that very day, the king of the elephants has eaten a bad mushroom. It poisons him, and he became ill, so ill that he died. It was a great calamity. After the funeral, the 3 oldest elephants were holding a meeting to choose a new king. Just then, they hear a noise. They turn around. Guess what they see? Babar arriving in his car, and all the elephants running and shouting, "Here they are! Here they are! Hello, Babar! Hello, Arthur! Hello, Celeste! What beautiful clothes! What a beautiful car! Then Cornelius, the oldest of all the elephants, spoke in his quavering voice. My good friends, we are seeking a king. Why not choose Babar? He has just returned from the big city. He has learned so much living among men. Let us crown him king. All the other elephants thought that Cornelius had spoken wisely. They eagerly await Babar's reply. I want to thank you, one and all, said Babar. But before accepting your proposal, I must explain to you that while we were traveling in the car, Celeste and I became engaged. If I become your king, she will be your queen. Long live Queen Celeste! Long live King Babar! Cry all the elephants without a moment's hesitation. And thus it was that Babar became king. You've good ideas, said Babar to Cornelius. I will therefore make you a general. And when I get my crown, I will give you my hat. In a week, I shall marry Celeste. We will then have a splendid party in honor of our marriage and our coronation. Then, turning to the birds, Babar asks them to go and invite all the animals to the festivities. And he tells the dromedary to go to the town and buy some beautiful wedding clothes. The wedding guests begin to arrive. The dromedary returns with the bridal costumes, just in the nick of time for the ceremony. After the wedding and the coronation, everybody dances merrily. The festivities are over. Night has fallen. The stars have risen in the sky. King Babar and Queen Celeste are indeed very happy. Now the world is asleep. The guests have gone home, happily, though tired, from too much dancing. They will long remember this great celebration. And now King Babar and Queen Celeste, both eager for further adventures, set out on their honeymoon in a gorgeous yellow balloon. Au revoir. The end.